The spread of COVID-19 is not slowing down in our state. So today, actions we can all take to protect ourselves and our loved ones from this deadly virus. Julie Willems Van Dijk is the Deputy Secretary at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, and she joins us now. Good morning to you, Julie.
Good morning.
I think it's hard for us to hear the numbers in our state and know about how many people are sick right now.
It is. And, we're at a critical point in this pandemic. We anticipated that we would likely see increases in cases as we approach the fall. And indeed, here we are.
Yeah. So why if people are wondering, because it seems like there's this great debate almost about wearing masks, why do you tell people it's so important to wear a mask?
Well, one of the reasons we've seen this incredible rise in cases is because we know that COVID-19 can spread when people don't have symptoms. There's two ways that happens. It's either people who are never going to have symptoms. It's called an asymptomatic case of COVID-19. They're infected, but they may not even know it because they don't have any symptoms. Or there are people who you spread COVID-19 before you have symptoms. So we call that pre-symptomatic. So I feel fine today, but tomorrow I'm going to start having symptoms and I am spreading the virus, even though I don't know it, because I don't know I'm about to become sick. So that is the most critical reason wearing a mask is so important, because you may think, I'm fine. I've been washing my hands and staying home and taking all the precautions. And yet that one time you were in touch with someone, you might have been exposed and you may be infectious and spreading the disease and don't even know it. Masks are particularly helpful in protecting you from me. So it keeps my secretions inside this mask and much less likely to infect you.
I think that's the thing, is that masks really do make a difference. That's true, isn't it?
That's absolutely true. And what I want to tell people, especially in this time as we enter Thanksgiving, is that this is what we can do for each other. I wear my mask as a civic duty. It's a civic duty not to potentially expose my friends, my family, my neighbors. And so it's a really small thing each of us can do. I know it's not fun and it's not stylish, but, and it's not something we're going to have to do forever and ever. We've heard some good news about vaccine, and we are fully anticipating that we'll be seeing vaccine coming in 2021 that will get us on the other side of this. So I don't want people to feel like this is forever. If we can keep doing good mask wearing and social distancing for the next few months, we're going to get on the other side of this.
The You Stop the Spread, this campaign, we just saw some really touching messages from people wearing masks and saying, I wear a mask for my mom, or I wear a mask so my business survives. I mean, there are personal reasons, I think, for most of us to wear a mask and also to stay 6 feet apart. Why is that distance? Because we've heard about social distancing. It's pretty soon it's going to be a year now we've been hearing about it. Why is that still so important?
It's very important because, again, the most common way for the virus to spread is through respiratory droplets. And the analogy I like to, or the image I like people to think about is when you are out on a cold, crisp morning and you breathe your air and you see all that frosty air coming out of your mouth, that's your respiratory droplets, okay? And so about 6 feet is the distance most people would exhale and have their respiratory droplets spread. And so that's why we say 6 feet to stay away from each other. Now, of course, wearing a mask helps with that, but this is a very infectious virus. And so we want to take every precaution we can. So both wearing your mask and staying 6 feet apart will prevent people from coming in contact with other people's respiratory secretions.
What do you want us to know about hand washing?
Well, the other thing is when we breathe out our respiratory secretions, they fall wherever they fall. So they may fall on a doorknob or an elevator button or a grocery cart. And so washing your hands is really important because when you touch surfaces where the virus may be lying, and then you touch your eyes or your nose or your mouth, you can spread that virus from that surface to yourself. So hand washing is really important, especially when you are out in public. Keep some hand sanitizer with you at all times whenever you touch a doorknob or an elevator button or a grocery cart. Sanitize your hands, sanitize those surfaces. And what I really want people to know is the best way to wash your hands is actually with running water and soap, and really friction helps, and scrub them up, and sing a little song to yourself, 20 to 30 seconds.
Okay, and lastly, we know that staying home is important. Some people have to work outside the home. What's important for us to know about that?
Well, what I would encourage people to do right now, given how prevalent COVID-19 is in our community, is think back to March and April when the Safer at Home order was in place, and think about what you did and did not do in those months. And nobody's ordering you right now, but that is the safest way to behave right now. If you can work from home like I am right now, that's fabulous. I recognize not everybody can do that. Molly, you need to be in the studio right now. But outside of going to work, try not to go out at all, except for essentials. We need food, we need medicine, we need gas in our car, but try to stay home as much as possible. We can help small businesses in our communities by ordering online and doing curbside pickup, by doing takeout at our restaurants. We know our businesses are suffering from this pandemic as well, but it's not the time to be out and about doing just shopping or going to parties with people outside of your household, or even to dinner with people outside of your household. If we're going to reverse this trend here in Wisconsin, we need to stay home as much as possible with the people we live with.
Such great and important information. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Molly.
Absolutely. And for more information on how you can do your part to prevent the spread of COVID-19, go to dhs.wisconsin.gov. And remember to wear a mask, stay home, wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart. Together, we can stop this spread.